Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hi.
back to Pete. How you doing, Crowley?
Good, you?
I'm doing great. Welcome back to Pete and Jeremy's DnDTime. This is game
Thank
3.
you.
You're welcome. Switch. You're welcome. It's always great to see you. This is game 3 this evening, a legendary adventure that I have entitled "A Seed of Power: The Growdrim Depth." No one interrupted me that time. I was kind of off put. Before I keep going, this is part of an adventure series. You can catch up on our YouTube or Twitch channels, where the heroes are pursuing a magical artifact called the Seed. That's all you really need to know right now. So, getting into the adventure, I think let's pick up, I don't know, more or less where we left off. The group of you stand aboard the adamantine moon base known as the Last Hope. There you gather with the other adventurers in Bartholomew's remnant company, and Roger, the gnome, who's something of an interim guide for you. Bright arcane lights flash upon panels in the walls. Strange beeping sounds are all around you, and Roger stands holding out what looks like a stick with a little spinny ball thing on the top. It is pretty ridiculous looking. And as Roger looks at you in his short stature and his green gnomish robes, well, here we go. I made it. Using this, the 4 of you should be able to track down the seed.
Great. How do we work it?
What?
How does it work?
You see that little kind of lever thing on the side?
No. Where is it?
It's right there next to your thumb.
On this side?
The other one, Euchaunkas.
On this side?
Yes.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Sylias! Sword, you see it, right?
I'm afraid I don't.
How?
Where's the lever?
Yeah, I don't know.
Euchaunkas has a big hand, so I mean...
He kind of like scoots forward, and he's kind of hunched in his now older age. And the white-bearded gnome points up. Oh, it's flipped up. And he kind of flicks a little lever that had been flipped up on the thing. And it's just sticking out the side of this fairly plain-looking brass haft, like a rod. The rod itself is about a foot long, and yet at the end there's a little globe. And, all right, just when you squeeze down the lever, and he kind of gestures for you to do that.
All right, I flip it back up.
Oh, my. Roger, Euchaunkas.
What?
I believe he said. I think it's supposed to go the other way.
Yes.
Oh no, I've lost track of it. Roger, you're gonna have to flip it back down.
Give me the thing.
Okay.
Takes it and flips it down, and using his thumb, he squeezes down a little lever. And as he does, you see the little brass orb on the top, like, whoop, unfurl, and you see what looks like little, rubber ducks on the top, on a little spinning mechanism that begin to spin around and slowly squeak. All I had were rubber ducks, unfortunately. But basically the idea is the faster it spins, the closer you are to the seed. And you see that little mechanism here, and he points. That will point in the direction that's got the strongest pull.
Does this count as a casting focus for anyone, any of us?
Yeah, well, I made it out of a spare old brass rod, so it should, I think.
A rod. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
useless for me.
All right. Well. Anyway, I am going to be sending you 4 down. The other 4 are busy doing something else. I think they said something about an attack at Kurogan, or I don't really know. They went down early. This is only going to last for so long before the magic from Briar and Nettle wanes. So, I guess get working if you can. You'll only have a few days to track it.
All right.
All right, well, I guess I'll set up the arcane catapults and I guess prep up. Good luck. And Roger kind of goes to walk off to prepare the arcane catapult.
So, we're following rubber ducks to find the seed.
Does anyone have the rod right now?
Yes.
Who's holding it?
I believe I am.
Okay. Are you squeezing the lever or are you the lever up?
I give it to Ideal.
Okay. Ideal, you have this rod in your hand. You want to squeeze a little lever on it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you do so, it starts to the little duck. It opens back up, the little dome on the top, and then the ducks start to go. Wah, wah, just little squeaks. If you look at it, it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
I hate it.
And you all just kind of stand around staring at this little thing with little rubber duckies spinning around, quacking. Roger prepares the arcane catapults, the large glass spheres, which will be used to catapult you back down to the surface of the lands of DnDTime. And are there any last-minute preparations that you all would like to make before getting catapulted back down?
I'm gonna take some ink and paint the ducks black.
Sure. Yep. They are now black rubber ducks. They're probably from Roger's collection, because Roger's the kind of guy who, he collects all things birds, and rubber ducks are birds.
What a loser.
Mean. All right. Hearing no one.
I cast Death Ward on myself.
All right.
I glue a tiny beard to the rubber duck.
All right, so now they are black like ink, and they have little beards. What color is the beard that you're going to put on it?
Probably white or grayish color. Just
Excellent.
whatever.
So it's
You know,
a
he just
little,
like
fake
whatever.
Bartholomew beard.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll actually cut some plastic shot glasses. Little blue plastic shot glasses like you would find from Dollar General or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'll cut the bottoms off and then cut little triangles so that they form into a wizard's pointy hat.
Oh, okay.
And put them onto the ducks.
All right, you make little wizard ducks. Sure. You do all this instead of any other preparations for the adventure. Ideal. A quick question: what is your attire for this adventure? As your master's guise allows you to make some choices in that regard.
It is.
I know you have formal, casual, business, and your special secret menu theater wear.
Teacher wear.
Awesome. So go ahead and make your picks then, as we continue to move forward. So,
right.
You group together at the kind of hangar area of this moon base, and you all clamber inside one of the arcane catapult spheres. And Roger looks at you all. All right. So once you get down to the surface, it's gonna be pretty difficult for me to keep in touch with you. So good luck. And he kind of looks at you all inside the thing. Also, Euchaunkas, you should really buckle that belt when you go.
It doesn't have a buckle.
What do you mean it doesn't have a buckle?
Then tie it around your waist.
It is tied.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm going to pull the thing then. Good luck. And he kind of goes over to the the control mechanism, and he looks over, and the little glass sphere closes down on top of you. And in but a moment, there is a whoosh of air, and you find yourselves hurtling through the void space. After but a moment, you find yourself passing through the atmosphere, fire burning around you, and hurtling down to the Baradac Swamp, not so far from where you were just the other day, battling Briar and Nettle, the Twisted Trents. And, just as it always does, right before you would hit the surface, the sphere abruptly comes to a very slow decline, as if affected by a feather fall or similar spell. And you find yourselves landed in the muddy swamp of the Baradac. The lid opens up. Seems like it was a relatively safe landing. What would you all like to do?
All right, press the ducks.
Activate the duckies, I guess. The wizard duckies.
You take out the little duckies and you pull the thing, and they begin whack, whack, whack. And you see there's like a little directional dial underneath that kind of spins wildly for a minute, as though affected by magnets pulling it in every which direction, before solidly stopping, pointing in a specific direction. The ducks, however, continue to whack, whack, spinning around in circles along the top. You're not sure if they're even entirely necessary outside to make sound.
Feel like we could have accomplished this without the ducks. But all right, let's follow the pointer.
All right. You trudge through the Baradac, and Switch, I'm wondering, you have I'd say a beast companion, but it's more of a monstrosity companion.
Yeah.
Sometimes travels with you. Do we see the hulking form of the Banderhob? Did Jeremiah come down from the moon base with you? Or do we see Jeremiah almost like climb out of your shadow as you trudge?
So it was probably like where those movie scenes, like where you see the horror monster in the background, where it's like super blurry, and then we get like a quick like focus, then out of focus.
Yeah.
So like you think you just see like a tree in the background, but then it focuses and there's a giant man-eating creature looking at you, and then it like unfocuses again, and you see the tree quote unquote moving.
Yeah. Excellent. So he's around, but just not there right this second with you.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, you just begin to trudge your way across the Baradac. For those of you who are familiar with the region, you've been here, well, probably many times among the group. And it's not a place that is particularly rich with life, but right now it's all but devoid. You still hear the insects. They never seem to go away. But the frogs that inhabit this place, the dinosaurs which are known to roam the swamp, and the various other creatures and peoples who you're familiar with, at least seeing signs of, right? Spiders' webs or what have you. Just seems barren. Along your journey, you pass by a singular old wagon, mostly sunk into the mud itself. A quick search shows it to just be empty. No supplies, no people, no sign of anything. If there is, it's buried deep within the mud. But eventually you start to see something. Up ahead of you, you see a large object, very, very large object, rising out of the horizon. And as you kind of get closer, you can see that it has long, almost root-like protrusions coming out from it, burying into the muck itself. It appears to be a gargantuan stump rising up out of the swamp. And your thing is pointing right toward it.
No one ever thought to check this.
Well,
Apparently not.
though it kind of makes sense considering that we found the little device we used, or the thing we found that Roger used in that device was like in some kind of tree creature.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Onward to Seed.
Yeah. You continue to trudge forward, and you start to see, as you approach this monstrously large, I mean, it's hundreds of feet wide, giant stump of a tree that it's pretty much hollow on the inside. You can see that there are structures that have been kind of built into the woodwork of this ancient primordial stump, for lack of a better word. You see what look like were once well-crafted columns out of the wood. You see archways and well-engineered ceilings. Even what look like carved roads through the weaving sides of this structure. But all of that is, well, more or less in ruin. You see no creatures moving, no life of any kind. Besides the perpetual hum of the insects and the burble swamp.
So to be clear, it looks like there's a mini city inside of this.
That was once carved into the stump of this tree.
How you said? How big is this stump?
How big is this?
It's gargantuan. I mean, it's.
Can we see the other
diameter? Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
And how big is this inside as well?
Well, as you enter into it, right, passing through one of the large, expertly carved archways, now kind of cracked and broken through the stone or through the woodwork. Yeah, you can see across. And you can see that there was probably more built up inside it in the middle of the stump at some point. But it's not anymore because there is a massive sinkhole. Just a gargantuan, quarter-mile across sinkhole in the middle that spans this stump. You see what once were, elegant wooden temples of sorts. That are just in disarray, half fallen into this sinkhole. And that's where it seems to be pointing you, just in that direction, toward that sinkhole. As you look around this ruined city in the stump of this, what must have been like a world tree-like thing, you see a couple of signs that might give you an idea of who might have once lived here. You find a large, human-sized, maybe even larger skull of what looks like a frog, half buried in the mud. For the most part, you don't see a lot of bones or anything. It's just one off skull. As you pass one of the temples that's half sunken into this big sinkhole, right, you can see that there are large wooden statues depicting frog-like humanoids, right, in regal poses, wearing the kind of laurel wreath that is kind of typical of more human Roman architecture.
Do any of these frog humanoid statues have any plaques or anything that we could read?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go over?
Yeah.
Now, what languages do you read? I assume it's quite a selection.
I have Common, Infernal, Draconic, and
Elven. There are Elven characters that you recognize in the text, but overall, you unfortunately don't really speak the language that it's kind of inscribed in. And there are absolutely plaques. And you see a couple of these frog humanoid statues, and they're always in dramatic poses, right? Either kind of like fainting or just kind of elegant, silks that flow around them. They're expertly made wooden statues. Switch,
Sorry, what were the languages you spoke?
Well, I will say Draconic and Infernal, I think, were the two special ones that Ideal knows. Oh, and Elvish.
I know Sylvan.
Yes, so Sylvan is the kind of go-to here. Albeit the language isn't Sylvan, it's an awful bastardization of Sylvan. It's kind of like the undercommon to common of Sylvan to Bullywug is the language you're reading. And the statues depict great leaders, Julius Frogston, LXV, Roman numerals, but yeah, you see mostly Julius Frogstons. There's one Augustus Frogston, but it's mostly Julius Frogstons, and the lineage of this leader of them.
But did you say the frog skulls were abnormal, like really big, or just size?
They're not like the size of a frog, right? They're the size of like a human.
Okay. I thought the way you said it, I thought you meant like it was a giant frog skull, like
No, and you only find
kill
one
giant
skull.
frog.
No, not that big. And you only find the one skull. There's really just no bodies here.
The frogs inhabited this tree. The bullywugs, specifically, inhabited this tree. Well, I think we all know why they died.
I'm gonna guess it was the Froggenhoppen.
Oh, I was just saying that bullywugs are, terrible at life. I don't know. Everything.
Froggenhoppen
Sounds accurate.
Or Ideal is a different type of frog. He's a grung. But if your character does not care, it's totally fine. Ideal could just be like, yeah, they're both frogs.
Yeah, they're both frogs. I mean, they're different frogs, clearly, but
they are both frogs.
Yes, and they are different frogs, which means they could have been enemies.
And as you kind of look around a little more, you can see that what probably was the bulk of the city has absolutely fallen into this sinkhole. And as you get over to the sinkhole, you can see on the other side of it something that is very much out of place. You see amidst the swamp and on the opposite edge, or near opposite edge from where you are, there is what looks like ice and frost and snow coming right up to the edge of the sinkhole.
Well, last session we were in a land of snow, basically. Most of the Baradac had turned into snow, right?
Yeah, it had become very cold. The climate had absolutely changed to become a lot more frigid than it is. That has mostly faded since then. At least throughout your journey over here, it wasn't quite as frigid. I mean, still lifeless, which always sucks, but...
Is the lizard duckies leading us into the hole?
They are pointing directly at the hole, and like I said, this hole is like a quarter mile, maybe like half a mile across. It is this gargantuan sinkhole in the middle.
Which is heading towards the center.
Of the sinkhole?
Yep.
You're at the ledge, baby.
Yep.
You're looking down, and there's a bit of a sloped ledge, that slops down a while, but you can see in the middle, it just goes. It just is down.
Yeah, I'll take my shield and sled down the sinkhole.
All right, no statement to your allies, just, I'm a-going!
I guess I'll throw in a cowabunga.
All right. The lot of you, as you're kind of looking across and you see the icy, frozen path, you see Switch run past you, leap down on their shield, yell cowabunga, and sled down this incredibly steep slope toward the just gargantuan pit.
I don't know if that's how I would have done that.
Switch is just going down. Any of you doing anything?
Let's wait and see if he actually hits the bottom first.
Yeah, let's see how it goes for Switch.
Is there a safer way down?
There does not appear to be any way down. Switch just basically leapt down this like 80-degree slope to a gargantuan pit with no perceivable bottom.
Yep.
And you can down the side and crest the little part where the slope ends and it's just straight up pit. And then start to just fall.
Is he dead?
Why does everyone call Switch he?
Yeah, that's strange. Switch is a she.
Is she dead?
Switch disappears from sight, plummeting into the...
I mean, I can't confirm that without going down there, but yes.
Speaking of which, who's got the ducky thing?
I do.
Okay, I just thought there Switch just wee and just just disappearing with the sound. Yeah, Switch, you begin to plummet.
Cool. I have dark vision, so I want to look out for something that I can...
60 feet of dark vision, and you're in the middle of like, 2,000-foot diameter giant pit. So you're just, you can't see anything. You see like openness and 60 feet all around you, and you're just falling.
Well, there's like a drop, right? So there's wall behind me, correct?
Yeah, your momentum is very much pushing you just towards the middle of this big pit, though, because you sled off the side.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see wall for like a couple, I don't know, like 30 seconds.
All right,
and then
I'm gonna try to
just kind of out in the middle.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple hook back to the wall.
Ah, okay. Roll me an athletics check as you swing on your grapple hook and throw it real quick.
Yeah, I'm expecting to full body smash into the side of the wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Get the grappling hook on there, and you slam into the wall. But you catch it with your knees, perfect landing. You don't hurt yourself at all, and you're hanging from the wall now. It looks like your grappling hook got caught in some kind of dinosaur bones hanging out the side of the cavern, of this voidish pit, rather. The rest of you just kind of hear a clang thunk echo up from the pit.
Yep, dead.
Not dead.
I used thaumaturgy to call and see if he's alive.
Oh, okay. You use thaumaturgy. What do you call with sword?
And I just call down there to use it to echo my voice down there, see if he can hear me or.
Yeah.
Why do you keep using he?
What words do you use, sword?
You alive?
Switch, you hear this incredibly faint, "Are you alive?" echo down to you. Oh.
I'll use my signal whistle to give a confirmative blow.
Okay, I think they can hear your signal whistle. It's just very faint.
Oh, that's the whistling doom. Loves holes. Switch is dead.
Okay, if you've hit the bottom, 2 whistles for yes, 1 whistle for no.
We don't want to talk to the whistling doom.
I toot back 1 whistle.
Super faint again. You can barely hear the whistle.
Does anybody here know fly? Besides myself.
No.
I can use my my wings, but there's no guarantee we get back up with.
I have 0 flying ability. Yet.
Either of you know Featherfall?
No.
I have fly, but I could make it into an elemental, but there's no telling when.
What would that even do?
It would take the spell fly
Yes.
And create an elemental based off that spell.
So I get that bit. What would that elemental do?
It would cast fly, or have the ability to allow us to fly.
Meanwhile, Switch.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're now hanging from. You got your feet up on the wall. You got your grappling hook.
Yeah.
And you're looking up, and you see where like the opening is. A couple thousand feet up. The green light from the green sun is faintly like visible at your level.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a piece of chalk and drop it and see if I hear anything.
You don't.
I'm gonna have to do this again. All right. I'm going to climb up my grappling hook.
Okay.
Unhinge it.
Higher. You're about 1,500 feet down.
Unhinge it.
Oh boy! All right.
And we're gonna try this again.
Dinosaur skeleton.
Yep.
And you're gonna leap off. Okay. Well, as you're climbing up that, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, we need to get into the pit.
To be clear, I'm going down again, Jeremy.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should probably figure out a way down there, but we could probably use the fly elemental to get out, but...
So what do you all do? Or are you just kind of standing there looking in the pit and thinking like, we've been better?
Is there anything we can do to try and around here that we can use to soften our fall if we choose?
Soften your fall? Yeah. Do you want to like look around and investigate for a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll me an
Sounds like a
investigation
plan.
check or a perception check rather.
Perception or what?
Perception, but before you roll that, the other two that are up there, Sword and Euchaunkas, what are you two doing? What's your MO?
Let me check something. Go. You say, Sword.
I'm kind of rummaging through my bag to see if there's anything we can use. Obviously, the rope isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it'll work if it's thousands of feet long.
I give him just a WTF look. It's like,
no! Yeah, right.
I would like to construct a parachute.
You'd like to construct a parachute. It's interesting. I did my homework and I have mechanics for that.
Right.
Parachutes. Yeah, parachutes are one of your options here. Yeah, so you're going to look around for materials for a parachute. Ideal, you're looking for stuff to soften your fall. And Sword, would you like to do anything?
It's rather presumptuous, saying I'm going to look around.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have other ways to construct a parachute, Euchaunkas?
Yes.
Oh, how's that?
I cough up flesh.
You're making a meat parachute.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay.
I probably
Did you do that much research, Jeremy?
Probably got some leather and skin in there and just, bits of cloth.
Yeah. I see. You're making like a flesh golem parachute, is what I'm hearing.
With cloth and stuff too, I imagine. But yes.
Yeah, flesh golem. All right. So ideal. I'm sorry. And Sword. Lastly, what are you doing?
I'm trying not to upcheck.
Okay, you're just. All right. So maybe you wander off with Ideal to look around for these things so that you can avoid watching Euchaunkas' dirty work. Euchaunkas, can you roll me a crafting check? And I believe you're proficient in this crafting skill, because of being a lizard folk or something. What exactly is your lizard folk feature about using like natural materials for stuff?
As part of a short rest, you can harvest bone and hide from a slain, yada yada yada, to create one of the following items.
Okay.
A shield, a club, a javelin, 1d4 darts, or blowgun needles. So I can make those things.
Oh, you can also create artisan's tools and leatherworking tools.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say for you to roll me I think this is a dexterity check, and I know you're thinking wisdom, but it's to like fasten it together in a way that is like sound, right? It's the careful sewing and
that still sounds like wisdom.
I don't know.
Or intelligence.
As someone who's tried to sew before, I have no fingers, and so I suck at it.
I do have a wisdom of like 10.
Thank you, Crowley.
Yes, but what he could do is fashion those needles to use as a sewing needle and just unravel that rope I got to make some.
So Sword chiming in like, well, all right, I'm gonna give you an advantage from Sword helping you, but I still think it's gonna be a dexterity check just to fasten it together in a secure way. It's just gonna be a proficient advantage dexterity check from Sword being like, well, what if you did this? And
all right, well then we'll add 4 to this.
Okay. Ooh, all right, 22. 22. Yeah, absolutely. You craft yourself a meat parachute. And I imagine there's like a lot of like excess flesh and stuff that you just kind of like huck off the side.
No.
Oh, no, you just put it back down. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sure. Switch. You're just like repeat over and over, slowly trying to make your way down to the bottom.
Not slowly. No.
What are you doing?
I am falling with style.
Oh, you're just like, you're ready to plummet.
So I'm plummeting for a while, longer than I was previously.
Well, if you're going to plummet for like an extended period, like how long, right? You were plummeting before for about, I don't know, I said 1,500 feet, so 18 seconds.
18 seconds? Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to plummet for 24 seconds this time.
Gotcha. You plummet for 24 seconds and then throw out your grappling hook. The problem is you're falling so fast, you're going to hit the bottom before you can see it. Right? Before your dark vision kicks in.
Yes.
You're falling at 500 feet per round.
Yes.
So you plummet even further. You're now in absolute darkness. Roll me another grappling hook check, this time with disadvantage, because you can't see very well at all as you go. This is a blind throw.
Okay.
All right, you still nail it. You hit your grappling, not as good a landing this time around. So you're going to take 4d6s, 13 points of bludgeoning damage directly to the knees.
Ooh.
As you, enough damage to kill 3 immortal men is applied directly to your kneecaps. As you hook something and crunch into the wall.
Oh, that's going to be for several cure wounds. Yeah. Oof.
Meanwhile,
so
I'm sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 points of hands. Yikes.
Yep. I was going to say Ideal. Can you roll me an investigation check as you search for your comfy things? All right, and you have advantage because Sword was also giving you a little help.
All right, so I'll roll it again and take whatever side.
Yeah, whichever one's higher. All right. Oh, that was a medicine.
Oh,
check.
yeah.
All right, so we'll take the 12. Yeah, you're looking around. There's really not a ton here. You do find in one of the ruined buildings what was clearly once like a bathhouse of some kind. There are some soiled, just destroyed curtains that would have been great if they weren't in such terrible, shabby shape. But you do find in one of the rooms that's probably for maybe a sauna or something, a bunch of old, damp cushions for like, you know, lying down and relaxing and whatever. So yeah, you find, I don't know, just a bunch of big old silk cushions, probably stuffed with like feathers or something. Yeah, you find like 4 or 5 of them. They're of like big, good size.
I take them and throw them in the hole.
Oh, you just tuck them in the hole? Excellent.
Yep.
These pillows, whee, fly. You walk out and past Euchaunkas and Sword and just whoop, huck them, and they fall past you too. Euchaunkas, your parachute could easily hold you. It might be able to hold one other person. Maybe.
All right. Well,
Take a deal.
yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
I have my wings for backup. And
All right.
truth be told, I've been holding out on you because I did find out I still have 1 stick of bubblegum.
Ooh, and you don't have to give away the
But
last
I only have 1, so.
All right. So what's the move? Are you two gonna piggyback and use the meat parachute?
Yep.
I'm gonna cast Bless on all of us, though, just
Okay.
for safety's sake.
All right. So you guys all leap into the pit. Are you gonna like try and just parachute all the way down, or are you gonna fall for a while and then parachute once you think you're getting close? Presuming you'll be able to hear something.
I think you want to hit terminal velocity before you open your parachute, so
Yeah, probably.
we'll fall for a while and then
Okay.
open the chute.
All right. And Sword, your plan is just leap off and fall with them for a while, and then use the gum at some point.
Yep.
All right.
I'll let him give it a bit of a head start, though.
So Switch, you climb back up. Your knees are killing you, but you're feeling better now. Rub some Neosporin on those joints, and you're gonna leap back off.
Nope.
I want to investigate what I
don't know
grappled.
Neosporin does.
I want to investigate what I grappled onto this time.
What you got onto?
Yeah.
As you climb up, roll me a d100. You're still pretty high up, so the odds is it's not something too bad. Yeah, it looks like it was just a rock outcropping.
Just a rock outcrop?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're too shallow still for like old, like ancient dinosaur fossils, but you're too deep for fresh dinosaur fossils. So
Okay.
it's just a rock. He just got lucky.
Actually, before Euchaunkas and Ideal mixed leap, I'm going to cast a light cantrip on their parachute.
Oh, and you can keep those up. I mean, it lasts an hour, so sure.
Just so they can see something.
Switch, how far would you like to leap this time?
Well, before that, of course, we have to do our check. This time, instead of a piece of chalk, I'm going to light a torch and drop it.
Yeah, so actually, Switch, you dropped 24, you said last turn?
Yes.
Can be divide that by 6. Okay. So you are now 3,500 feet down. It is dark. You throw, I'm sorry, it's just a piece of chalk, you just tuck it off.
No, last time it was a chalk. This time it's a lit torch.
Oh, it just goes. The rest of you, as you're kind of gathered around the edge, ready to leap off with your improvised stuff, you see a light somewhere faintly, very far down, and then it disappears. And yes, Switch, you watch the light disappear.
Yeah, then I'll do my signal whistle check-in. One blow to say I still haven't reached the bottom.
Okay.
And then I unhook, grapple,
Is it too far for us to hear him, though?
No, I think what happens here, right, is you guys leap off, and it's as you're falling, you hear Switch's signal whistle as you pass Switch. So you hear this like squeaking whistle as you fly past them. And actually, the sound of the swamp has left far behind you, and you just hear the rushing of the wind as you continue.
Wait, so they see the torch that I dropped?
Yes, I think they see the torch, and I think as you guys are like falling, right, because you've all leapt in, you see Switch for just a minute as Switch lights the torch and goes to throw one down. What do you all do? Is you're falling and you see Switch hanging onto the side.
I'm just hanging on.
Okay, you're right. Ideally, you're just hanging on to Euchaunkas. Euchaunkas?
Switch.
Excellent. And Sword, you're just going too?
I'm just gonna keep going until I start seeing the light of his torch he threw down.
Yeah, and I think actually it's funny because you're falling at the same rate the torch is. So you can see the torch like 1,000 feet down. The rest of you can. Switch, your friends disappear within seconds beneath you.
They still have light on their parachute, right?
They do, yeah. But
Yeah,
they're starting to get faint.
I'll unhinge my grapple and jump off behind them.
You leap off, and you guys begin to fall. And you begin to fall, and you continue to fall, and you're falling, and you're falling. And are any of you like yelling or anything as you kind of plummet down this gargantuan void?
I think Switch tries to twirl their grappling hook as if to throw it, but the grappling hook just stays above their head.
Yep. You're falling for about 10 minutes. Just plummeting miles and miles beneath the surface of the lands of DnDTime.
What happened to the pillows?
You don't see them. They're somewhere. Actually,
No, Ideal just says that.
What pillow? Oh, those pillows. They're I don't think they made it.
Switch is going to try to grapple after the 10-minute mark. Like, oh, this is going to suck.
Say, after about 10 minutes, you start to hear something different. Something catches your ear that isn't just wind rushing past you, and it is the crashing of water beneath you.
Ah, shit. Well, I do the parachute.
All right, Euchaunkas, you pull the parachute. Miraculously, it works. Neither of you are concentrating on a spell, right? Or of any kind?
Nope.
No.
All right.
Oh, I
am. Your bless is long gone. It's been more than a minute. You were falling
Oh,
for
that's true, that's
10
true.
full minutes. So you guys do that. Sword, what do you do? Because you're plummeting.
I thought that bubblegum would fly.
All right, you go to blow a bubble. And Switch, what would you like to do as you are right beyond them? Oh, you all see the light blink out below you.
I throw the grappling hook.
Gone. All right.
What about the light on the parachute?
The light on the parachute's still there. Yeah, it's just the torch that you were seeing, a judge of maybe like how far the bottom could be, is gone. No, it's just out. Switch, go ahead and roll me athletics check. Yeah, I'll just give you a normal one. I'll be nice.
20.
All right. Yeah. You swing it out, and it grasps on. It catches something. Again, very hard to tell what it is for you. And you fall a little further than everyone else, so you gotta wait for the grappling hook to fall and all that stuff. So all the rest of you see Switch plummet past you. And Switch, as you grasp onto something and you find yourself jolted to a stop by the hook, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw. As there's no wall suddenly. You've fallen out from the ceiling of something.
Oh boy.
And so there's a suddenly like on the string. There's no like curvature or anything. And actually there is. There's a really hard curvature, and then you hit the ceiling of whatever you've fallen out of the hole on. So you're gonna take not too bad. Not the full. You're gonna take you took. Oh boy. Well, you still hurt yourself pretty bad. I'm not going to give you the full 20d6 for terminal velocity falling because you do have something, and you did succeed on that roll. But I'm going to give you half damage on it. As you cowabunga it off, you take 29 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ceiling of this gargantuan underground sea. This huge cavern which houses what appears to be an underground sea. You can actually see a little bit throughout the area. You see bioluminescent fungus and other things growing along the walls of this cave, which look almost like cliff edges, except they come to a ceiling. There's a wind that howls through this area like none you've really ever heard, and a dread kind of falls over you.
How far is the water?
Look around. Looking down, the water is about 500 feet from where you are. You caught this at the last second. The rest of you see Switch hanging from a rope through a pit, through like an opening, which opens up into a larger chamber. And as you slowly all float down, you see the same things that I just explained to Switch, except you all aren't hanging from anything. You're continuing to descend toward the roiling waves in the ocean below, or in the underground sea below. What would you all like to do?
Should I take out the rod of race?
The rod of what?
Well, we didn't exactly have a proper name for it. But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the ducks. Yeah, take out the ducks.
And it's just spinning around wildly as you hold it upright on Euchaunkas' shoulders, I guess?
Can we see a landing spot, like a mushroom or something that we can land on, like a big mushroom?
You see no land.
Did you say there was mushrooms growing out of the walls?
There's bioluminescent fungus, but not giant mushrooms, right? It's like moss and stuff. Very slick and wet. The walls are kind of craggy, at least toward the surface. There's also Switch, if you all want to just steer into Switch and just grab on and hang from them. That's also a potential option. But yeah, I'd be trying to grab onto the slippery-looking moss and lichen more than
I vote we try to grab onto Switch.
All right, you do that. I will steer us there. You can do that. I'm going in.
So what was that, Euchaunkas?
I'm going to steer us towards Switch.
Okay. You steer towards Switch, and I think it's easy enough with the parachute, which is remarkably crafted. I imagine you have intestines that you use to re-angle it. It's really nasty, but well made. You steer yourself over towards Switch. You see this horrible meat parachute with Euchaunkas and Ideal hanging from it, flying towards
It's beautiful.
Right. All right. Sword, what would you like to do as you are hanging from a bubble of gum in the middle of the air? It's hard for you to look down and see what's below you.
Okay, let's see.
What are all your passive perception findings?
19.
15.
Very good.
11.
Excellent. So, well, let's hear. So, what are you doing? As you're kind of slowly going down.
Well, even though looking down is hard for me to do at the moment,
you hear the waves. I mean, you can even see
I
them
can clearly hear them.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Give me a second to see if I got something in my repertoire.
Okay. I mean, you do always have your wings, but you're running very short on time, just because you're thinking.
Getting close, yeah.
Yeah. At this point, you're probably at eye level with what is now the group hug of Switch, Euchaunkas, and...
Oh, no. I'm dropping off.
Well, actually, I don't think you want to necessarily do that one, Euchaunkas, because as you're looking off the side, you see what looks like a very large shadow, and it slides like a serpent in the way it wriggles, and you see it under the water.
Right,
and then it disappears
holding on the
for a
switch.
minute. Yeah, I was gonna say, you're the only one who sees it. Trying to get a good idea of how wide or long it is.
You said that there is like bioluminescent, like plant life attached
Yeah,
to the
but
wall.
that stuff isn't very bright. It's just gonna like basically just give a light humming glow off the walls and whatever else is.
But what if more?
That might help. And to give you an idea of how wide that big shadow was, it was long. It was more than 50 feet long. And the reason you saw it, you now realize, is there's a slight green light that glows up from under the waves. A familiar green light. You saw it in the hearts of Briar and Nettle but a few days ago. And Switch, you're casting a plant growth spell.
Yeah.
You cast that upon the plant life nearby, and you see those lichens and fungus well up to, what times their size? 10 times their normal size? Is that how that works?
I think.
Thick and overgrown is what it says.
Yeah.
Still, I think it widens them up enough that the water that has condensed onto them from the humid air down here is kind of, there's more surface area now. They're not as wet and slippery, and there's a lot more of them. You could probably, you think, swing from your rope and grasp onto them on the side of the cliff edge.
All right. I'm gonna communicate this to my party. And well, this is our stop. I'm gonna start swinging. Let's get to the plants on the wall and
All right.
separate.
All right.
Ideal. I'm sorry, Sword. You're floating past. You see your friends. You've just barely floated past them at this point. And you also see the wall that has been plant growth that's now... You want to try and flap your way over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to flap my way over there.
Okay, we see Sword flapping his arms? Question mark?
Yes, frantically.
Frantically, yeah. Pushing yourself toward the wall. I'm gonna make a perception check for nothing of relevance. Nothing, you don't have to worry about it, what it is. Sure, it's fine.
Wouldn't that insinuate we should worry about?
No, you're fine. I said you shouldn't worry about it. You gotta trust your dungeon master. So yeah, you flap your way over, and you flap your way over to the wall. And you grasp on to some of the algae that has swollen up upon it. What are the switch? You started to swing the rope that you and Ideal and Euchaunkas are dangling from.
Yeah.
I'd like you all to roll me strength saving throws.
Remember that you have my aura. +4. Boy.
Oh, damn, I'm surprised I got.
So
How close is this area to us before you start swinging?
It's maybe like a 30-foot leap, which with a swinging fall you could get there.
I'm just gonna fire step over there.
All right, you just cast Far Step and blink over to the wall. You grasp onto it. You're there next to Sword, which would work great, except what was happening is, Switch, you slipped a little bit. The rope has now since become very, very wet with the humidity that is incumbent to this place. And as you went to reach up, instinctively went to grab for Ideal's leg. It's the only thing, just something to grasp onto, and then it's gone. And Switch, you begin to fall again.
I'll Misty Step.
Okay, you're going to try and Misty Step. I'd like you to roll me an initiative check to see if you can, because it's not a reaction spell. This is like Yeah, you hit the water before you get that misty step off, my dude.
Damn it. Okay,
You-
so I don't use the spell slot, is that correct?
Flash into the water. I think you burned the spell slot, man. You're trying to cast it.
Sounds like the spell never goes off.
It's roll me a concentration check. I'll take it that way. DC 10. Spell's burned.
Oh my god.
Sorry, my dude. I was letting you try for something with using a bonus action spell as your reaction, but there weren't in the dice. You are currently splashing around in this water, or you have slammed into the water and are treading it, I presume.
Yeah.
Euchaunkas, you're still hanging from the rope.
Yes.
And as you look down, you see that black shape through the water again. Somewhat beneath Switch. But it disappears.
Hey,
Large, long serpent
Switch.
form.
There's a big serpent in the water.
Can
You
he
hardly
see?
hear him over
can
the
he
crashing wave?
Can
Sorry,
he
go
see my very unhappy face?
Yeah, I think he can. You talking?
Oh,
Can you see
okay.
that?
Probably.
Yeah, 19 perception. I'm absolutely.
Gonna lay on hands myself for 29.
Well, I'd like everyone to roll for initiative first. Oh no. Not the greatest start. Switch. Ooh. Euchaunkas. And then Ideal and Sword. And let's see how these boys do. Oh. I'm gonna roll this guy publicly because they're about to go. Alright, this is good. I'll roll this. There. Alright. Alright. So I think Switch, you're the first to go, right? I mean, you got a 15?
Yeah, I got a 15. Do I see the green glow?
Beneath you? Yes, you do for button instant. Actually, well, I think from your current perspective, right? If you do you dunk your head and try and look underwater?
I will take a deep breath and then do that.
Excellent. You submerge yourself for just an instant, and looking down, you can see beneath you, under rolling waves, a rich green glow coming from far, far below, but still managing to cut through the murk of this area. The incredibly high salt content of this underground sea burns at your eyes, but not before you hear and see something very different. You see what look like ghastly shadow, short and squat, almost dwarven but stretched and tortured. They reach toward you, hissing, "Help!"
Nice.
They are coming right towards you.
I'll swim towards them.
All right, they're underwater, swimming up toward you.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna keep swimming down.
Yeah.
You have a weapon out of any kind.
Maybe.
Okay.
And Jeremiah's gonna come too.
All right, Jeremiah, I guess has been here the whole time.
Just sitting in the pocket of my shadow.
All right, in the future Switch, Jeremiah does have a physical presence, and summoning and unsummoning him takes you, I think 10 minutes, just for future reference.
Okay, sure.
I'll give you this one, but in the future.
Well,
Sure.
we were falling for 10 minutes.
That is true. Yeah. All right. Okay. Fair enough. Sure. You want to just swim down toward them? They're swimming up toward you. They're probably about 30 feet down right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to swim down toward them? How far can you swim?
whatever my swim speed is, which I assume is half my speed. Right?
Yeah, unless you have some sort of trait that would give you a swim speed.
No.
Okay, so you swim 15 feet down and...
Could I be on Jeremiah?
Sure.
Okay.
You mount up upon your frog, which begins to swim down, froggy style,
Yeah.
deeper beneath the waves toward these ghastly wraiths of whatever. Okay, how far do you want to go? Just right up toward them? I mean, how far does the Vanderhoof swim?
All the way.
Okay, so you swim right up to him.
Yeah. And then can I use my action to attack or no?
I mean, do you have an action? Your movement was getting on Jeremiah. So yeah, you should have it, right?
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the lance. I think I have disadvantage underwater.
Yeah, you absolutely do. I'm just putting the health points down for these guys. And as you get closer, you can see that there are quite a few of them that are coming toward you. You count 6 currently.
Okay.
All right, so you swim forward. 15 will still hit.
Okay.
Okay. For 19 piercing. They
max damage.
A magical lance.
Yes.
Of course, quite. They're all magical. 19 points to that first one, which hisses out in streams.
Still up?
But oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh boy.
Attack is 13, unfortunately.
13?
From the underwater. Yep, 13 will hit.
Okay.
You hit this shadow-like figure. All right. That's the end of your turn switch.
We'll stack on a first level smite to see if are they undead or fiend?
How do you know? You wouldn't know.
Well, I'm asking for the mechanics of the smite.
They are undead.
They are undead? Okay. And does it seem to be doing extra radiant damage or no?
No.
No? Okay.
The radiant damage seems plenty effective as far as you can tell, but...
Okay. But they are undead. Good to know.
Yep. You've hit him for 50 total damage. That first one's still up. All right. Euchaunkas.
Yes.
As you look down, you see that dark shape wriggle again one more time. This time closer and seemingly larger. What would you like to do?
Closer to me or Switch?
Closer to the surface. You see Switch has sunk under the water and is swimming down. In fact, you've lost sight of Switch completely.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get to the wall, because I feel like where I'm on a hook.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you're... I think you're like at least 100 feet up, so like... Yeah, it's a ways.
For the thing to jump.
Yeah, it'd be a ways for it to jump. I mean, it's big. It looks big, at least, but not... I mean, it might be able to. You don't know. You definitely feel like a worm on a hook, though. I can't take that from you.
I climb up further.
Oh, you climb up to, like, the top of the thing?
Yep,
sure.
And I'm gonna wait and see how this plays out a little bit.
Are you gonna ready anything? This is a gargantuan cave. I mean, this cavern goes on forever, it seems. Probably stop somewhere.
I mean... I have nothing too really ready right now, so no.
Sure. All right, ideal. You are hanging on to some fungi on the side of the cave. You're pretty secure. You're only like 50 feet above the surface of the water because you are lost a little range. Actually, I guess you Misty Step, so you could be a little higher if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the range on the plant growth spell switch?
100?
It's a 100-foot radius?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, if you wanted, you could be like at the full 100 feet up, like Euchaunkas just climbed up his rope.
Alright, I'll do that.
Okay. What would you like to do as your like turn? That's where you are. You're looking 100 feet down. I think even you see the dark shape at this point from your vantage.
I pull out the rubber decky rod or whatever it's called,
It's squeaking.
and see where it's pointed.
I mean, it's pointed directly in the direction Switch just submerged themselves. Just bottom of the ocean. And you can see the green glow that you just instinctively know that is the green glow from the bottom. What would you like to do?
Nothing right now.
Okay, I'll count that as dodging for now.
Yeah,
And now,
I'll take the dodge action and that's it.
And now the actual battle begins. Switch, the wraiths around you, or shadows, maybe more appropriately, begin to close in upon you. They have long, grasping, spectral hands that almost bubble and flow like the ocean they're in. And they are going to reach toward you with some really scary-looking abilities. What is your armor class?
AC of 20.
Wow, okay. They don't have a great chance hitting you, but they could. The first shadow reaches up and attempts to drain your life. Rolling a 15 and seemingly missing. The next one is upon you. Rolls an 8. And then an 11 for the third. A 16 for the fourth. A 13 for the fifth. And a 25, finally one connecting. The fifth attack.
My strength is reduced
By 4. As the
course,
shadow
that one.
begins to rend your very strength from your bones. You can feel it dragging you down into the depths below. And they're almost screaming, "Help!" up toward you. And yeah, also that comes with a whopping 23 necrotic damage as one of them finally is able to get past the Banderhob to you. Alright, Sword, it's your move. You see as well the writhing shape of the serpent. What would you like to do, Sword?
Would it be an action to use my Leoman's life preserve?
I think that's just an automatic deal.
Well, sweet. In that case, I'm just going to
I think you just have your Leoman's Life Preserver.
And you said, how far am I from the water?
You're probably about 50 feet up.
Only 50?
Yeah, you're pretty far down because you leapt right and you grabbed onto the wall.
Okay.
Oh no, you floated. You floated down. You might be a teeny bit higher, Sword. I apologize. You might be about.
As long as I'm with them.
As long as what?
As long as I'm within 300 feet.
Okay.
Where's the serpent from Switch?
You can't tell. Right now, it is just a dark shadow upon the sea below. What was that, Sword? I think I lost you.
In that case,
What was that, Sword? Alright, we lost Sword for a second, guys. Sword? Buddy? Alright. Sword will get back to you in a moment. You may want to try and rejoin the Discord and see if we can get that fixed.
Looks like he is trying to cast Control Water.
Oh, Jesus. All right, that's going to be a huge deal. That could do a lot of things. Sword, can you try and rejoin the Discord? I'd love to hear from you exactly what you want to do with this. It can do so many things. It's a very complicated spell. Oh man. Classic. Perfect. Imperfect time to have Discord issues.
Lord Discord has spoken.
Discord.
Chaos reigns.
Yeah, really. I'm gonna wait for Sword to get back to evaluate that. Just because I need to know what he's doing.
Can I take a quick 5?
We're in the middle of a very tense combat situation
Okay.
at this point, and you're kind of a pivotal point of it, Switch. If you really got to run really quick, you can do that after your turn, which is going to be very soon.
Okay.
If you cannot help it. All right, looks like Sword is rejoining. We'll get him back in a second. I will move just to the... Hey, Sword. Man. All right.
Discord reigns.
Yeah, that's Discord tonight.
No, Discord my nose taking a crap.
Oh, Sword, you there?
I said I was casting. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Sword,
hear
we
you,
can
kind of.
hardly hear you, dude. I'm gonna just evaluate this how I think you want to do this, and hopefully we can get your connection running again in a minute. So, Sword casts Control Water, and I'm going to assume you're going to part the water as to help Switch in some way. As you do so, the water beneath separates in a 300-foot area. There's just a massive gap suddenly, and you can all see now visible what this, 300 feet deep as well. Oh, it's 100 feet, not 300 feet. Cool.
300 feet range.
Yeah. And so as this splits open, you see at least part of what this giant swimming thing is. It appears to be a gigantic sea worm of some kind. It was caught partially within the control water. Sword, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can Switch hear me now?
Can't hear you at all, my dude. I'm just going to move on to the next in the initiative right now.
He asks if Switch can hear him now.
I mean, yeah, Switch can hear you. Well, Switch, the water just disappeared around you. You are now treading water 100 foot beneath the water.
Yeah.
You see the wraiths are actually way above you because they didn't fall. They apparently were flying through the water. So. Yeah. All right.
Do I see these wraiths?
Yeah, now you do.
Okay.
You see these spectral, twisted dwarves, seemingly vengeful upon those who enter the water. I'm going to move to the next team in the initiative. Sword having cast the control water. Oh, I see. You cast a healing word.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, the healing word heals you, Switch, for 11 points. The sea worm is going to whip around in the water, and it will... Basically, Switch, you're treading water. You see, 50 feet to your right, 100-foot wall of just water, and then 50 foot to your left, and on every side, just this big wall of water around you going up to where the surface was moments ago. And then you see erupting from it this giant maw of circling interrows of teeth as this horrible brownish red segmented worm just crashes through the water at you. And it's going to make a bite attack against you, Switch. Swash! 24 points of damage. Oh, 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And it connects for 25 piercing damage.
Yeah, that hurt.
You don't take the acid damage this turn. But you need to roll a dexterity saving throw. See if you get swallowed by the creature.
Can I use the Kuoto plushie?
Probably not as a reaction. What does it do?
It gives me advantage against being grappled or whatever.
Oh. Let's find out. Kuo. Toa. Let's see what the exact...
As a reaction, when you fail an ability check or saving throw to escape a grapple, you may squeeze this plushie, causing it to exude a horrid, vicious slime.
Viscous. But yes, I think when you fail to save, you can do that.
Okay, so let's do the save. 16 plus 4. Okay, I don't need to use it then.
Yeah, you succeeded on the save and slip out from between the teeth. You still get nailed, though, for 25 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
As it crashes into you. And then smashes back into the water, disappearing beneath the depths. Actually, it's still partially visible because it's that long. It's like 80 feet long.
It's a sea purple worm.
Yeah, it is. It's a sea purple worm. It's your turn, Switch, and Jeremiah. You're treading water.
Okay.
You see about, 70 feet above you are these wraiths.
Yeah, I really don't like those wraiths. I'm going to, as an action, cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
Ah, good call.
And since Jeremiah is my fine steed, it also affects him.
Oh, you have that ability now. Or is that part of...
That's part of the spell. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I'm concentrating on that, and then we're going to keep going down to that green.
Yeah, you burned the spell slot, right, for the fine steed? Summon him?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Just making sure. I gave it to you retroactively that you did that while falling, but
sure.
I am going to charge you the slot because you didn't you didn't figure out how to get him down here.
You are
would have been lethal.
Eating all of my slots. All right.
Hey, man. Mechanics. All right, you're going to swim deeper?
Yeah, using Jeremiah's action and
the
bonus action.
The Growdrim sea worm just slammed down into the water beneath you. So you're just swimming after it, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, how far can you swim?
Jeremiah has a speed of 30.
Right?
Yeah, he has a speed of 30.
30. Okay, and he can swim, so he swims 60 feet down. You can see through the... You can't see it, actually, right now. There's so much sediment being kicked up, but it's beneath you. Can't be too far, and it's brighter. So I'm going to just mark how far down you are. You are now 160 feet down. Okay. Is that the end of your turn, Switch?
I don't think I have any good bonus actions, so yeah.
All right. Euchaunkas, it's your move.
How far is the sea worm from me?
The sea worm from you, you're hanging from the rope still, and you climb to the top. That puts it just about 180 feet. Because 100 feet down from the water level, and you were climbed pretty much up, or 80 feet down from the water level, because it protrudes a little bit from the surface. And, yeah, you're 100 feet up.
So it's 180 feet down. All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna swan dive.
Oh, you're just going to leap into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me an acrobatics check. Yeah, you're going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and you stick a pretty good landing.
Okay.
Or are you going all the way down, or just to the water, to like the regular water surface?
Oh, I was going all the way. I was going all the way to switch.
Okay, then that should be even higher because you're tanking. I mean,
Well, I'm diving.
yeah, that's why I'm giving you the half damage on it. Right?
I mean, aren't there 100-foot dive ports?
All right, I'll give it to you. We'll stop at the 14. You've won.
There's almost 200-foot diving ports.
Euchaunkas is not an Olympic level diver, though.
You don't know what he does in his spare time.
Well, when next time we have an interview with Euchaunkas at the beginning of an episode, you can mention his Olympic diving. 14 points. I'm gonna end it there. You hit the water next to Switch and the purple worms. You fly past the race.
Yeah, that's the point. That was the plan. All right. Cast Sanctuary on me.
Okay. Yeah.
I swim down.
Oh, you begin to swim after Switch. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have a swim speed, right?
Yeah, I have a swim speed of.
So you swim down. You're with
Nice.
Switch. 60
Oh,
feet
yeah.
beneath the surface. You see the huge sea worm writhing around in the water below you. And it's very murky here.
Okay.
All right. Ideal. I assumed you were double moving, Euchaunkas.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Okay. Ideal, it's your turn.
All right.
All of your friends are under the water currently, except for Sword, who's still up here with you like a sane person.
And I'm assuming the worm is more than 60 feet away.
Oh, yeah. From where you are, the worm is 150 feet. Because you were pretty high up on the wall.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna stay up here like a sane person.
Okay.
I mean, I have the rubber ducky the rod, so
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think you realize the rubber ducky wand doesn't really matter anymore. You see where the seed is, right? You see the green glow of it coming up from the bottom of Sword's control water, right? You can see it, basically. Or at least you know where it is at this point.
yeah,
But I guess if you had to retreat, you'd at least be able to track it back down again with the wand.
yeah,
So it does have value still.
yes. You know what? I am gonna teleport 60 feet closer to the water and then drop the rest of the way down.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check like Euchaunkas. So you're going to still drop the 100 and something feet.
No, I'm...
Or 90 feet.
Yeah,
Okay, and you're trying to go all the way to the bottom with them?
yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me acrobatics then.
Alright. Thank God for nimble deftness.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, thank goodness. All right. You're going to take half the damage of the fall, which is 15. So you hit the water with like a hard hit, but it's not that bad. You will need to roll concentration on the 4th step.
I'm just gonna let that drop.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You still have, I think, your whole turn, right? That was just a bonus action to get there.
Let's see. I already used my bonus action, so I can't curse it. So...
There's a
I
giant
guess-
purple worm next to you, basically. I'm sorry, it's a gray-red worm. I'm sorry, brown-red worm. I found it's almost like little cilia coming off the side of it that would help it swim through the waters.
I know nothing about worms.
They're scary.
Yeah.
They eat things.
No, I mean...
Mhm.
Like... Because I could banish it, but...
You could try. Would you like to try and banish the purple worm? I'm sorry, the sea worm?
Yeah, why not?
All right, go ahead and cast banishment. And what's your DC?
And it's it is 17.
All right. So what happens here is you, beneath the waves, Euchaunkas, you're swimming down with Switch, and the two of you are looking down, and you're seeing this twisting, interlocking mouth with all these teeth coming up toward you, and then it's just gone. The water swishes around you, and it is banished.
Great.
And that is how many rounds? 10 rounds?
Yep, 10
1 minute.
Yeah, we have a minute before it returns.
There is round one. All right. Do you want to swim down as well, Ideal, or do you want to stay near the surface?
I'm gonna stay near the surface.
All right.
Yeah, let them get the seed
Sounds
without
good.
having to worry about the worm for about a minute.
The shadows, which are flying in the air about 60 feet above you right now, Ideal, or 80 feet above you, hiss and rage and swim down, or swim through the air down toward you, back toward the surface of the water. Actually, what probably happens is they go to the closest water they can, which are the walls. So you see this group of 6 spirits that had accosted Switch all split off toward the walls, and you see their shadows swim down the sides of the water and then reconverge by you. So where you're treading water, you see these shadowy, crawling spirits approaching you. That takes their whole action. The whole turn gets them to you. But right now, Ideal, you're looking around and you are surrounded by horrible shadows of the depth. But that's their whole thing. Sword, it's your move.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Mass Healing Word on everybody.
You can't see everybody. You're up on the cliff ledge still?
I don't think he has to.
That's true. What's the range on Mass Healing Word, though?
60 feet.
Yeah, I'd have to go down there.
The closest person to you is Ideal at 140 some odd feet. Or 150.
Okay, and how far down is Switch and Euchaunkas?
They're even deeper. They're swimming down further. They're probably 200 feet from you. The purple worm has just disappeared, and you see these horrible, shadowy spirits converging upon Ideal. Clutch banishment, by the way.
Alright, I'm gonna use my action to basically part water. Use my action and continue to part one.
Well, you've already parted that water. You've already split apart that 100-foot gap.
I think you have to maintain it with an action, though, is what he's saying.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can also change the action. It's like as long as I maintain concentration, I can move, change, or use my action to move or change the. And I'm basically just going to keep parting it further down and letting them go down without, actually having.
The problem is it can only part up to 100 feet down, right? Because it can only affect water up to 100
I think
feet.
that he's like air bubble pocketing, and he's like,
yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, just basically like
Yeah.
it starts at the top and it's just sliding down.
The problem with that is you can only affect water within the initial cube that you select. You can cast it a second time and drop everyone just 100 more feet, and then you won't be able to see them because water will fill in over them. But you could do that if you wanted.
Yeah, but
I'm
it
pretty
would crash
sure that's
over.
how-
It would crash over him though if I did break it just to cast it.
No, I think it would stop above them because it does part the water. It expressly says it does that. But it says trench. I don't think it would make a tunnel. So hard to say. Yeah, I don't think this spell creates underwater 100-foot bubble.
I think it does.
Does it?
We've done it before
Oh, you're right. We
Indian
have for the battle against Bartholomew. Yeah, sure. I mean, you could do that if you like, but then they'd be in a giant 100-foot bubble under the water. Your choice.
Well, let's do the bubble then.
All right, you cast your control water again. Ideal, you feel the water underneath you just poof, gone. Switch and Euchaunkas, the water underneath you is gone. So Switch and Euchaunkas fall 40 feet, which I'm going to say if you can succeed on your check under 100 feet, under 50 feet, then you're fine. I'll give you no damage. Can you both roll me acrobatics checks?
Acrobatics?
Yeah, that's what I've been having people roll. Okay. And Ideal, same kind of question because you're also falling, but from a much greater distance. And that puts you down 200 feet now. Oh no. Even with the Ring of Nimble Deafness, you all fall.
Question,
boy.
wouldn't this be more of a saving throw situation? Doesn't change it much for me, but...
Well, no, it does for you. Well, for you it doesn't. I think, you know what? I'll give it to you. I think it could go either way. I've been having it be for like an intentional jump being a check. But
yeah,
I
my
guess
only thought was this was not
reactive
intentional.
feels more save. Yeah, so Switch, you can get your +4 to that.
Okay.
I'll give it to you. And yeah, I need to roll from the Vanderhoff as well. And Ideal, does
German.
saving throw affect you at all in any way, or is it 9 still a 9? Okay.
Let me check.
So for Jeremiah,
I
it's
think-
15.
I mean, I guess what I was asking, are you proficient in your dexterity saving throws, Ideal?
Let me see. Does the Ring of Nimble Deafness?
I think it gives you advantage is the deal, which we already did.
Yeah, it's only on checks.
Okay, so unfortunately, Ideal, you fail. You fall and take 28 points of bludgeoning damage. Euchaunkas and just Euchaunkas take 20 bludgeoning. Oh man, the rough
Wow.
one. Yeah, and then Switch and Jeremiah take 10 bludgeoning. As
Okay.
you all push down 200 feet. And it's lucky that it was just 200 feet because you can see beneath you now.
Wasn't it just 100 feet?
Well, no, you're now 200 feet down from the original surface of the
Oh, yeah.
sea. You see the ceiling of water now surging in above you, but you see poking out in some places in this 100-foot bubble the tops of old buildings, what look like ruins sunken beneath the waves. You see a great, what looks like bell tower, a massive ancient adamantine bell hanging from it. Yeah, all the architecture, despite being submerged beneath this tumultuous sea, is still in excellent shape. This is the sunken dwarven city of Growdrim, or Growdrim. But you guys don't know that, probably.
Definitely not.
So, no, none of you care. But that's fine. This is lore! So that was Sword's move. I do need, and this is a scary one, Ideal, I need you to roll a concentration check for your banishment. You do get a +4 because you are now next to Switch.
And so this is just Constitution, right?
It's a Constitution saving throw, but you get a +4 bonus from Switch. Oh no. The
Oh, no.
Purple worm is back.
It also falls 50 feet. So it takes 20
Wouldn't it
bludgeoning
fall
damage.
100 feet?
No, because... Oh, yeah, no, it would. No,
Yeah, it was in the upper.
it wasn't totally up there. That was partially not up there. I'm going to give it the full 100 feet. I think you're good. It'll take 32 bludgeoning damage. For 32 out of its maximum. Oh my god, a lot. All right. The light from the seed glowing is very bright beneath you. Is something you can all tell. And now it's the sea worm's turn. The sea worm spins and lashes around wildly. It seems to be having a very difficult time moving now, caught up in the ruins beneath. It's going to have disadvantage in its attacks. It's effectively squeezing as it pushes through all the ruins and the waters around you. However, it's going to attack two of you. So one is going to be Euchaunkas, 2 will be Switch, and 3 will be Ideal. Oh my goodness, it attacks Ideal with the first attack. Ideal, it attempts to bite at you. Rolling a 17.
I am going to use force of personality.
Holy shit.
Force of personality.
Does that beat it?
Yes.
Oh, nice. So it goes to bite at you, and almost, I imagine your force in this perspective, right? It's just your panache, your charisma that defeats this thing. So it lunges at you, but what it actually bites at is your reflection in the water elsewhere, and misses you just completely. Oh, excellent. I'm very glad that worked out. All right. However, it's got a second attack. And that one's going for Euchaunkas.
Roll a wisdom save.
Oh!
It fails.
It should actually have a +4 on that. It's a proficient, but I'll re-roll it. Would a 17 still fail?
No.
I'm just gonna re-roll them because I didn't hit the right button. All right, 15. It doesn't do that. Instead, it attacks Switch. Switch, as it swims past, its tail lashes down into, I don't know, you or the Banderhob. What do you think?
Banderhob.
All right, 2 is the Banderhob. Switch, it goes to
Oh
Switch.
my god.
Switch, 30 to hit. Oh, I'm sorry, 22 to hit.
22 hits.
All right, you get stung in the back for 23 piercing damage. I need you to roll a con saving throw. Ooh. Oh no. You take 62 poison damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, Switch is just kind of floating amidst the waters with you all down there. Switch, it's your move. Can you give me a death saving throw?
Yeah, and Jeremiah's going to continue to swim with me downwards.
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, minus the +4.
Yeah.
So one
that is
fail.
one failure. And Jeremiah keep going toward the sea.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, he swims down and you see, well, the sea. About 40 feet down from where he ends his turn.
He's going to use his shadowy teleport. Shadow step.
There's no shadows around the sea. It glows with green luminescent light.
There's
It's very
0
bright down
shadows within 20 feet of the sea?
Not really. I mean, it glows so brightly it was cutting through all the water.
Could
It
he
was
have...
cutting up 300 feet through this murky underground sea.
Is there any shadows before he moved that he could have teleported to first?
It's... For what reason? What you getting at? What are you trying to go?
Just a little bit of extra movement.
Yeah, I think he can get a little closer. I think,
Okay.
you play it just such that you manage to squeeze just a little closer. You're 20
Okay.
or, what did I say, 40 feet from it. You're 20 feet from it by the end of your
Okay.
turn. All right, Euchaunkas, you can see that Jeremiah has dragged Switch's unconscious body under the water and they're drowning.
Yeah, I kind of thought that might be the case.
Yes.
I would like...
The drowning mechanics mean, just so everyone's aware, you cannot regain hit points until you are no longer drowning.
Yeah. I would like to... I would like to swim down.
Yeah. I know where you're going. You son of a bitch.
What do you think I'm gonna do?
No, go ahead.
I swim down 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So how far am I from the bottom?
You're 30 feet down, you're 70 feet from the bottom. But there are like buildings around you now. You're swimming through ruins.
Oh, so I could get on a roof pretty easily.
Or like, or a balcony, or what was once a balcony.
Yeah, I stand on a balcony.
Yep.
And I will control water to form a bubble.
Yep, never figured that. With the water pours out around you, completely showing this underwater scene. Switch, you fall 10 feet. I'd like Jeremiah to roll me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Switch takes a death save falling.
That's fine. How close am I to Switch?
70 feet up.
Okay.
And you see the purple worm, the sea worm, is flopping around in the water in this 100-foot area, seemingly unable to move on land.
Good.
But yeah,
Okay.
you are in just a ruined undersea city. And
All right.
what do you-
I
what do you
mean,
want to do?
I can't heal Switch from here. So I think that's all I got.
Okay. We move to the next in the initiative.
You know what?
I-
No, I've already used all my movement, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you
All right.
already used
Yeah. No, I can't move anymore, so I can't do what I was gonna do.
Okay. Ideal. Would you have tried to grab onto a building, or would you have just fallen the now 100 feet to the water?
I would have tried to grab onto a building.
All right. Can you roll me a dexterity saving throw as you try and grab a building as the water splishes out from under you? Oh man! Doesn't that Ring of Nimble Deftness give you advantage on that though?
Only on checks.
Really? I could have sworn it would say. I mean, I'm probably wrong because I don't know, but you probably know you're right a minute than I do. All
Yeah,
right.
it's only on dexterity checks, not saves.
All right, you plummet, taking 39 bludgeoning damage as you slam into the ancient, sunken, cobbled streets of the city.
I'm unconscious.
Oh no. Oh dear. I'd like you to roll me a death saving throw then. It's your turn. You're not dying. not as much. Oh man, this is tense. Excuse me. Ooh. All right. As Ideal lies unconscious on the cobbles, and Switch lies unconscious upon the cobbles, we go to the shadows, which swim down, I guess.
You're so far away that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at this point, they are 200 feet above you. They fly 120 feet down.
That's spooky.
Yeah, well, actually, no, they have to go to the water first and then swim down. So they lose 50 of those feet just getting to the edges, and then they're swimming down the walls of water on the sides. Because they have to return to the water if they can. So they are only 60 feet closer. They're 140 feet from you all. I guess they're 70 feet from you, Euchaunkas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole shadows deal. And you can see that there are many more shadows that are like forming at the edges of the water down here at the bottom. Like dozens of them beginning to press up against the edges of the control water. Sword, what would you like to do? You see just the water of the sea beneath you. You just gonna wait?
That's about all I can do at the moment. I'm too
Yeah.
far away to actually do anything.
I feel that. All right. The sea worm splashes around, wrecking a couple of buildings, and attempts to position itself to begin to burrow. All right. it kind of dredges its maw up and starts to try and burrow down into the ground, which it does pretty slowly compared to your typical purple worm. It is still mostly visible. And we're back at Switch. Switch, can you give me a death saving throw? Switch. As you breathe in and you feel the darkness overtake you, something catches your eye. A green glow, but a few feet from where you lie. The seed of power. And as you reach out with one last grasp, I'd like you to roll me that death save one more time. Oh no! And your arm falls limp, and you lie unconscious. Oh, I'm sorry, dead. At the bottom of this sea, or this dried sea.
Jeremiah goes over, picks up Switch, heads towards the building
we're
that they're
gonna
on.
get to that in 2 seconds. Jeremiah goes over to the seed.
Yeah.
Okay. Euchaunkas, what would you like to do?
Step off the balcony.
You leap down?
Yep.
That's a 70-foot drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, do you have anything to prevent your damage?
Nope.
You leap down and with a horrible crunch, 28 points right to the knees as you hit the stone cobbles beneath. You see bones.
Yeah, I know Switch is dead.
Endless bones.
Oh, a lot of bones.
Lots of dead dwarves drowned in the streets of their great cities.
Oh, God.
You also see Ideal impaled on some ribs.
Get up.
Ideal, you regain 9 points of health.
I walk over to Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Take out a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And just go clear, and just lightning shoots into his chest or her chest.
I imagine what happens, right? It's like as you hold up the diamond and the lightning strikes down through the water above you. Sword, you're like on the surface. You see a huge crack as the lightning cracks through the earth itself, and then down through the water, and then down through the diamond, and slams Switch right in their chest. And Switch, with a jump, you take a deep, deep breath. The shadows watch on from the edges of the water, unable to come any closer. And...
Check.
And yeah, the three of you stand in this bubble at the bottom of the underground sea. Standing next to the seed. A large, taupe-colored seed. Streaked with bioluminescent green that runs like veins across the flesh. Jeremiah has moved up to it, but is tentative to touch it. It emanates power. What would you all like to do? We're out of combat right now.
I guess we grab the seed?
Switch, you're getting up, I imagine?
Yeah, I'll get up, grab the seed.
Now, dying is bad, falling is bad, all this stuff is bad. Your knees are killing you. Getting up, that was the most painful I stand up that you've ever had.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, this seed is large. It's about maybe the size of volleyball or a beach ball.
Yeah, I pick it up
large.
and I say, got it. We're good.
As you lay a hand upon the seed, you feel the world around you kind of slow for a moment. You can hear and feel every bit of your breath as you breathe in the humid, salty air that you're currently in. And you can feel that your heartbeat slows to an absolute crawl. and you can feel a similar pulse reverberating within the object you know. What would you like to do?
I'd like to say, is this what being resurrected feels like?
Yeah,
The banner,
Euchaunkas?
Jeremiah looks at you and, yep.
yeah, that is, I guess.
Ideal, you're there too. What would you like to do? Or, I mean, right now, you guys have, what, a minute? How long is water?
It's 10 minutes.
You have 10 minutes as you stand in this ruined Atlantean world. At this point, you can see the shadows are now hundreds down at the
So
bottom.
we should probably go.
Yes, we should definitely go.
And how
All right, how do we go?
How do you normally get back to the moon?
We have to either make it to a catapult or be teleported somehow, but what about your fly thing?
Oh yes, the flying elemental, which Ideal now summons through the Ring of Dumb Elementals.
Well, as you kind of go about to begin doing that switch, you're still holding the seat. And things still
Yeah.
feel slow to you. You feel almost a call from it. Like you could attune yourself to its power.
Ooh.
Would you like to try and do that?
Is anyone opposed to the Ancient's Paladin attuning to the seed?
Suppose not.
Nope.
YOLO!
Okay. Just that's how we're doing this, with a YOLO?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You
We
only
do it
level
with a
up.
cowabunga and then a YOLO.
You reach down, grasping the seed firmly, laying your hand upon it, and breathing in, allowing your heart to truly meet its rhythm. And at first, very little happens. And then you begin to see, creeping up the veins in your arms, a similar bioluminescent green, bright and potent. You feel it, a shaking in your arm as it continues to crawl up your body. In but a few seconds, Switch is glowing. Green emanating from all of their veins, pouring from their eyes. You feel yourself shaking, trembling violently. Like this much power may be too much for you to. Do you continue to hold it?
Yes.
Okay. A few more seconds pass, and Switch, without any sort of impulse or ability to control it, you scream out, almost in pain, as the power surges through you. To the outside, the rest of you see Switch's features starting to almost blur in the haze of the powerful green energy flowing through their veins. You see, in places, their skin start to crack and almost break away. Do you continue to hold the seed?
At this point, Switch is at 1 HP. They've died already. We need the seed. There's no other option in Switch's mind. Switch has no fear.
Euchaunkas and Ideal. You see Switch starting to literally fall apart.
That's not good.
Almost as if, like, disintegrating fleck after fleck. You see them fall to their knees, wailing, screaming at the agonizing pain, still clutching the seed.
Ideal has a potion he could probably throw on Switch, but I don't think that would help.
I don't think a potion's gonna cut it. Alright. I saw this in a play once. We just gotta all grab hands. It's called Guardians of the... I don't know, something. Anyway, grab him, grab Switch, grab the seed. I don't know. I grab Switch.
I grab the seed.
A hand. You grab Switch, Euchaunkas, and nothing happens. Ideal grabs the seed, and suddenly you see, in what happened to Switch, in an instant, the green power well up through them, their eyes glowing this vibrant green, their veins on afire, and you see Switch take a breath, a slight respite, but you still see them waning and breaking. You switch your hand over to the seed, and you feel a very similar power well up within you. And as the three of you stand around this icon of power, Switch, you collapse. And as Switch collapses, Ideal and Euchaunkas, you suddenly feel this well of power strike you. As if everything that had just welled up in Switch has now just shunted onto you. What do you two do? Do you want to keep holding the seed, or do you just let go at this point?
I mean, I let go. I don't know about Ideal.
Ideal, another sudden wave of power overwhelming you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna hold on.
All right. As you continue to hold on to the seed, Switch lies smoldering upon the seafloor. Little bits of flame. They seem alive, but very...
God damn it, get back up.
You see Ideal go through a very kind of similar transformation. Their veins beginning to glow, their eyes a brilliant green, almost a flame, and you see them start to break apart. Ideal, you also feel yourself break. How many hit points are you at, Ideal?
9.
You don't realize you're breaking apart because you're already just so in shambles. And yeah, Ideal similarly falls to their knees, agonized over the pain.
I would like to...
Ideal's gonna drop the seed.
Yeah, it clatters to the ground. For a moment, the brown taupe seed, the brown seed is all that is there. The green retreated to just a faint glow.
Does somebody have
vibrant once more? You're at 1 hit point, Ideal. You're reduced to 1 hit point.
Does somebody have a portable hole or something?
You feel like you could hold it without this, but
I pick it up.
Also, Euchaunkas, I'd like you to roll me a concentration check.
Oh.
+4?
I healed Switch?
You see all around you the waves beginning to crash back in. Above you, water begins to fall as large bubbles of air begin to surface from the top. What do you all do?
I ain't doing with that. I cast Control Water.
Oh, you got Control Water again? That was so cool! Damn it. Yeah, you cast Control Water again. It's not tense anymore. The water stops. One more time.
Okay. No one do whatever that was with the seed.
You felt yourself so close. Like you almost were there. Like maybe one more body would have done it.
Oh my god. Get down here, you motherfucker.
Sword, you just saw the water, by the way, of the ocean go like trampoline. Like a mini tsunami just washes out.
How much health do I have after the healing word?
You have 6.
6.
6? Alright,
Or
I'm
maybe
gonna
7
lay on
if you were at 1. I don't know.
lay on hands myself for the rest of my 16 pool.
Yeah, and just so you're aware, you can carry the seed without attuning to it.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have done that.
Are
Yeah,
the
well,
ghostos still there?
They are still held at bay by the
Okay.
the water.
Can this flying thing help us get out of here?
Ideal, you have your elemental, right?
Yeah.
You conjure your fly elemental.
Yes, I'm conjuring my fly elemental.
All right. It
I'm-
appears as a tiny fly.
3rd level cure woundsing myself.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'd like to use my belt of body and soul.
So you just what does that do, Euchaunkas? And what does it look like when you use it?
Oh, I just tighten it and then all of a sudden I heal.
Just and suddenly you got tons of hit points. How many hit
Yeah,
points do you
basically.
gain?
I can expend any number of my remaining hit dice.
Oh, okay. So you regain all your hit points, basically.
Yeah, let's just assume that. Because that's the case.
So, Ideal, you're using your fly elemental. Can you roll me that ability check to control it? I believe your DC is 13. Because it's a level 3 spell. Alrighty. So, you can now fly, as the elemental casts it upon you as your demand. Little fly lands on your nose, and suddenly you feel light. Can you give me another one to control it for someone else? All right. Who would you like to give flight to? The Vanderhob, probably, because they can carry switch.
Yeah. Vanderhop.
Excellent. The Vanderhob, I imagine what happens, right, is Jeremiah goes, blah, it eats it. And then it just kind of like flies out his nose or something.
Yeah.
And now he can fly. And then I guess one more. DC's 13. Yeah. Excellent. So you masterfully control waving your hands, conjuring your elemental being of the magic of the fly spell, and bestowing its gifts upon your 3 companions. You can all fly. What's your move? You are 300 feet beneath the surface of the sea.
Weird way of putting that. I fly up. I have the seed.
You're now 200 feet beneath the surface of the sea as you get to the weird watery ceiling of your control water.
Ideal's going to follow the person carrying the seed.
Of
Same.
course. So upon your flying Vanderhub mount and Ideal, I imagine you almost like look like you should be able to fly, right? You're a tiefling, you got these cool horns, you got a unicorn horn. I imagine you're like your cape, like I imagine you've got a cape, right? That almost flutters almost like wings behind you.
Yeah.
And,
Got this tiny fly elemental with me.
Yeah, the tiny fly flying with you. Euchaunkas, what's the move you get? Or any of you, what's the move? You're 200 feet beneath the surface of the sea.
Gonna protection from evil and good myself again.
Oh, yeah. And you guys can see, right, the spirits flying up the walls toward where you are currently. And there's an army of them.
Yeah, that's fine. I just control water and make a new
How
bubble
many more
for
of
us.
those do you have?
2 more!
Okay, yeah. Then, Sword, as you kind of watch
Mine's
from
still
above-
up too. Shouldn't they be flying into my bubble?
That is true. You fly through Sword's bubble, and then with one more, emerge from the surface. Sword, you see your allies beaten to hell fly from the now parting
I look
ocean.
completely fine.
Okay, almost beaten to hell. The crashing waves still below.
How do we get back to the moon base?
We're flying. Well, we're flying out of this pit.
Well, fly lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, maybe we need to, now that there's the 4 of us, hold on a moment. I shape stone a platform that the 4 of us can precariously stand on
Where are you going to shape this?
in the wall.
Okay.
Actually, I think I can just make a 5-foot like cube in the wall, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I do that. We're kind of crammed in, but I do that.
Sure.
I let go of the control water at this point.
Yeah, crashes back down.
Okay. Here we are.
This is our home now.
So we rest, and then slowly make our way back up, I guess?
Well, alright, I'm guessing that if we maybe attune ourselves to this, it'll help us get out.
Well, it's either that or die.
Energy from it to
I don't know.
fly.
It tried to kill the 3 of us, but with 4 of us...
Well, I think what you could tell is it was just an absolute overload of magical power, right?
Well,
It's
let's...
the power of creation, but too much creation and you blow up.
Yeah.
Why don't we get it back to the base first before we try more unnecessary experiments? I mean,
Ideal. It will take weeks to climb out of here.
Switch nods.
All right, I'm casting mass healing word on the party.
well, let's at least rest first and then,
Yeah.
Does-
that way-
Actually, no.
get everybody
does-
back to full health
anyone-
before we try attuning to this thing.
Is anyone a life cleric?
Yes,
Yeah,
I was
sort of.
actually going to say,
Yeah.
use blessed healer first, and then mass.
I'll take. Hold on. How
Well,
much?
I think we can say, right, you take a
Preserve
short
life.
rest, you heal
Yeah.
yourselves up a little bit in this little cave that Euchaunkas created for you where you now live forever. In that time, it only takes about 10 minutes. You can see, Euchaunkas, you're the only one who can see this because you only own the high enough perception. You can see bobbing amidst the waves the Legion of Shadows in the water, not 60 feet below you.
Spooky.
Hundreds and hundreds of them.
All right, I'm going to use my shape water or control water again and do the vortex.
You're just like, yeah, sure.
It's like I'm not gonna take chances with this.
All right, I respect it. The shadows get all dispersed. My dramatic attention of them watching you doesn't matter. They die, or they get thrown off, or whatever.
So we have like a wall of water separating us between us and the shadows.
right. Yeah, you're safe up here.
Can I use
You
frostbite
maybe
to
see
freeze this?
The worm swim like once, but you were. I'm sorry. What would you want to cast?
I'm not casting a spell. It is a cantrip. And I want to know if I can use frostbite, the cantrip,
Sure.
to freeze the water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's fine. You've seen that the shadows can travel through water, so you turn all the water that is splashed up around this cave just to ice. Hopefully stopping them from traveling through it.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Smart move. You all heal up fine after a short rest. Now what? How do you get out? What's your move?
Okay, let's see what happens when we all 4 put our hands together on this big old seed.
All right.
At the same time.
Yes, at the same time.
All right. You all 4 at the same time put your hands upon the seed, and in a very similar sensation, you feel the power rush through your veins. Your eyes glow, your body feels light, and you feel the wondrous energy of creation flow through you. As that happens, the sound of the waves dims to your ears, and after about a minute, you still feel yourself trembling with its power. You take a breath and feel, well, you feel a little of each other's pain, a little of each other's joy, a little of each of the little things that make you who you are.
So hungry.
Euchaunkas' hunger, I was going to say. But you also see something that maybe you weren't anticipating. As you attune to the seed, you can see a vision begins to clear in your mind.
As the four of you are all at once finding a moment of peace after the intense process of attuning to the seed, you feel not just the will of each other, but you begin to sense the will of the seed itself. It comes in the form of a vision almost immediately after. Your eyes just see blankets of green. As you're looking around the dark space in which you reside, you start to see around you imagined fields and pastures. You see a lush and verdant forest. And you see a tree large beyond measure. A tree that's roots and branches extend far beyond the simple grasp of the forest above it. It towers over anything else there. And as much as you can see it, you feel it. You are one with this tree. You can feel each bend and twist of the tree's roots. You can feel each leaf within its branches. Hundreds of thousands of feet tall. And you see this vision shifts suddenly. And you see autumns, you see winters, you see aeons for this tree living in peace and guiding, being one with the forest around it, a source of life for the area. And slowly it corrupting over time, a small blight in the forest, growing and spreading until it rots and withers away. Its frame populated by strange frogs and any life that once within it resided, fading away and concentrating into a single point. And that point, what you now hold, the seed, you feel its will, its desire to once more be planted, to be grown, its need to fulfill its purpose, to bring life in the world. You see the seed begin to grow once more. You see each of you as if it's entreating you to do this, guiding its process, to bend your own will into the seed and to see it fertile ground in which for it to be implanted. You want to implant the seed somewhere. It wants you to plant it. And with that, the vision fades. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you have this lingering urge to find a home for this object.
And, well, that home is certainly not here. 10 miles beneath the surface of the land. It lacks the proper magic, the fertile land that would be necessary for this. And so while you are attuned to the seed, it currently grants you no benefit, bestows upon you no substantial power, only a desire and a will. And slowly, as you kind of come to, the crashing of the wave comes back to you all. And you are still right where you were.
Okay. Oh, why do I have this weird urge for gardening?
We still need to get back to the surface.
Yes, I'm working on it. Okay, alright. We don't have any kind of sending thing from Roger. Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea.
Speak it.
Great big cloud, get us out of here.
You
Damn.
entreat the great big cloud, and what you think is a roar of thunder. Oh no, it's a wave. This must be a conch place.
Ah, rotten conch.
I could always try summoning the demon I made a deal with for my powers, but...
That sounds risky.
Exactly. We'll call it Plan B.
You know what?
Yeah, well, that's definitely Plan B. Okay.
Alright, grab onto my legs. Hand me the seed.
Okay.
Gonna try something here.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to activate my Radiant Soul ability.
Okay. You enter into your full Aasimar form. Spectral wings flash out from behind you.
And see if the Seed of Power can at least supercharge my flight and get us.
Oh, it's gonna be
Your flight doesn't last forever. It only lasts a minute.
and unfortunately,
Wait.
you know what? You could try it.
Wait, sword.
Yes.
You must have some, I don't know, god or something. You're a cleric.
Yes.
Do what I did, but, like,
Yeah,
get
I
them
mean, do you
do
want to
it.
roll your divine intervention sword?
They're less than my god, so they'll probably listen to you.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Actually,
It's a very bold use of divine intervention. It's like, get us out of here!
I'm surprised it's not in my list.
It's not a spell.
Yeah.
It's a special feature. You got it level 10 exactly.
I know. I just saying. I guess I never thought about putting it back on my list. All right, I'll use divine intervention. Camel spider moves to see if he can't climb us, or we can't hitch a ride and climb out on its back. I mean, it should have climbing ability.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm going to give you advantage on... This is a weird one. I'm going to give you an advantage on this divine intervention. For
Advantage
reasons that
on
will
the
make sense if it
D100.
works. Yep. So roll me 2 D100s. If either of them are 10 or lower, you're good. Nope. Unfortunately, despite the fact that in attuning to the seed, you are a ideal sword Galanodel Ouwoupli, one of the sacred connections of the Camel Ninja Spider Moose. It is in this darkest of places that it is not quite able to reach you.
Oof.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna use my grappling hook.
Is that where we're at?
Yep.
Hold on. Let's sleep.
Let's...
In a horrible place. This awful, terrible place.
I guess we're just gonna have to grapple stone shape our way out of here.
Possibly.
Ideal's gonna try contacting his demonic
Do you
patron.
have a spell that would let you do that?
You know what? I've got. Oh wait, was both those rolls for my both my divine?
Yes.
Yes, those are for divine intervention. And so, you find yourselves, well, I guess resting in this horrible, horrible cave.
Yup.
Time passes. And
Surviving
a
off the
while-
honey treats off my hornets.
Yeah. And
Anyone
you
want
settle in
some
for a
meat
long
parachute?
After about
Wait, I have a question.
14 hours in the cave? Yeah, go ahead.
Couldn't we turn the meat parachute into a sort of
Meat hot air balloon.
You know, interestingly enough, I also have mechanics for creating a hot air balloon. That was one of the things I got mechanics for, just in case you decided to make a hot air balloon to make your way down. Would you like to convert the meat parachute
We
into
would.
a meat hot?
Wait. No, we're gonna cook the meat. The delicious raw meat is gonna be cooked.
Oh my god!
Yes, it's gonna be cooked on the way up.
No.
We can have we can cook it on the way up, and then once we get out of the hole, we can eat it.
Okay. So you would like to, and I repeat, make a hot air balloon out of a parachute made of meat.
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to say that so everyone, there's no confusion about what we're doing.
Why would there be any confusion?
Okay. I would like you to roll.
What could possibly be confusing about this?
What is your first? I'm sorry. What are you using as your source of heat? Obviously, you can make. You can
cast
stone
the
shape of
sacred-
3. Oh, go ahead.
I can cast a Sacred Flame cantrip infinite.
Not fire, unfortunately.
I have a tinderbox.
So wait, you're gonna just get tons of this moss that you've plant growth and burn
Yep.
it. Okay, sure, I'm with you. I gotcha.
What's wrong with this? We're using
Nothing. You've got the meat
glowing
parachute
lichen.
for the balloon. How are you gonna what are you all gonna stand in to fly up?
Does
I have
anybody?
no.
Wait
I have it.
for
I
a
have it,
second.
guys. I have it, guys. Ready?
What?
We're gonna make a basket out of gym clothes.
Oh my god! You pulling gym clothes out of your gym bag of holding.
Yep.
So hundreds of gym clothes together to create a nice little nest
So-
to carry you in.
I take out one jersey. It says Jenny. I take out another jersey. It says Richard,
There
Sarah,
are so many Galanodels.
Celine, Freddie.
Yup.
Oh, wait a minute. I have gym clothes. I throw up some of Kurogan's gym clothes.
And so together you have the gym clothes to create like a harness for you all. Harnesses. You have the meat balloon, which we've decided is of impeccable quality, to lift you, and we have the heat. I think you're gonna need something more sustainable than
I have a solution.
uh-huh.
I will use gust of wind upward into the balloon by being strapped in a sort of
Now
flat
the
on my
question-
back.
How
situation.
much, right? How much gust of wind can you do?
All right,
How long
it
does it
lasts a minute.
Oh, that is not gonna get you to the surface very quick.
Okay, maybe not that.
I could summon my spirit guardians to try to lift this
Not
up.
heat. You just need heat. Do any of you have a fire-based cantrip?
Fire.
I have the tinderbox. That's all I got, my dudes.
All right, you're gonna be trying with the tinderbox. That's gonna be very hard.
Hold on, let me see what I have for items.
I love when it's a very dramatic scene, and now it's just.
Yep.
I'm saying I've got a torch, thaumaturgy, my
Okay, you guys all have torches. You can just do torch after torch. They last forever. I don't know if
Yeah,
I make enough heat
and
to-
I've got
Yeah,
the,
we'll just use torch after torch.
the flaming gloves too.
All right.
the flaming gloves. There we go. That's the kind of heat you need to actually work.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. So, I would like there are a series of 3 ability checks that must be completed to craft this. The first is an intelligence investigation check made to allow a character to figure out the mechanical setup of a piece of equipment.
I'm gonna cast bless.
I
Bless
see 10
doesn't-
out of 10 would work.
Bless doesn't apply to skills.
No blessings. Do you have guidance as a cantrip though? Because that would apply.
Yes, I do.
Hey, I have a solution. I'm not going to be the one to make this roll because I'm bad at this. But I will use the help action.
Ooh, you help.
Whoever does, whoever's doing the roll.
Only one person can do each roll, and there are 3 rolls.
Okay.
Does my proficiency with water vehicle apply here?
This is an air vehicle. Very, very rare.
What? All right. What's everyone's investigation?
0.
Okay. Mine's -1.
0.
Okay.
-1.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. With advantage, let's go!
All right. So that is and roll the D4 for the guidance.
Yep.
Hey,
Succeed.
we got a 10.
Your DC is 10.
Nice.
You have mechanically set everything up.
Okay.
Now, someone has to roll a perception check to spot flaws in the construction, and it cannot be switched.
Can I give advantage?
Perception?
No, not with perception.
What'd you say?
Somebody's
It's perception.
perception.
Yeah. Okay. I will do
Who
that.
has the highest perception?
I have a 9.
It's
Alright.
Euchaunkas. You notice a lot of flaws and have them corrected. And now
Okay.
we have the final one, which is a dexterity check using some sort of a tool, appropriate tool proficiency to guide the delicate construction or adjust a piece of improvised gear. So, it can't be Euchaunkas, it can't be Switch. Who's gonna make, dexterity check, that's ideal.
Yes.
100%. What kind of ability, what kind of tool do you have that you're gonna use?
Sadly, Ideal does not have tool proficiencies.
Oof. Does anyone
I have alchemist proficiencies, but
Yeah, so I think Sword, what you're doing here is you're mixing like the reagents that you can pull from Euchaunkas' stomach, or like squeeze out of the old gym clothes, which are gross, or pull from the moss, right, to create a hot burning alchemical thing, right? That I love that this actually your alchemy stuff is now
I get
critical
to
your
actually
escape.
use it. Holy
You need
shit!
to roll a dexterity alchemy. I'm gonna say actually it will be a wisdom alchemy check. No, I think it's dexterity. It's a dexterity alchemy check. So roll me a proficient dexterity check, Sword.
A proficient one.
And Ideal, you're helping him, right?
Yes,
No
Ideal
one
is
else
helping.
has no one else has proficiency in the thing.
Do I have the blast still?
No, but Ideal did grow up in a flying country.
Sword, roll me the thing. I don't think you can guidance. Yeah, you can probably guidance yourself actually. Now that I'm thinking
damn.
about it. Oh shit!
Don't even need it.
And you grind the herbs and craft an incredibly hot burning amalgamation, a big globule. Switch, your idea of using the moss, apparently it was genius the whole time, as Sorio created an incredibly hot burning material. You load it up in the horrible crude, like there's a metal cage that Euchaunkas hucked up at some point that is what the moss is sticking in above you.
I have to ask, do you have a bag of holding in your stomach, Euchaunkas?
Oh, yeah, actually, literally. My stomach is a bag of... Well, it's my second stomach.
And as Euchaunkas, you give it a bit of a boost with the... you all clamber into the little... I imagine they're almost like, you know, the swing sets that, like, that would be, like, at a playground for kids? They're just like, it's like a giant belt and your legs hang out the bottom. That's what you've done with the gym clothes as you hang from this horrible meat balloon. And you begin to slowly float up, propelled at first by Euchaunkas' gust of wind. The sound of the cave falls behind you, and Switch, you lean up with your flint and ignite the mass of alchemical stuff. And you begin to float upwards, slowly at first, and then more quickly And more quickly, as it begins to burn hot and hot, what was once a horrible dark tunnel as you fell down, you begin to float upwards at incredible speeds, propelling quicker and quicker.
Good thing this worked, otherwise I was going to have Euchaunkas eat my gym bag of glory.
And after some time, you find yourselves emerging back into the light air.
I have Happy Cloud, who I'm not attuned to, come out just because he's so happy.
He is. You emerge above the horrible, murky Baradac Swamp, flying through the skies of the lands of DnDTime upon your meat-air balloon. And, well, you've done it.
Would it be a meat air balloon or a hot meat balloon?
It's a hot meat balloon. Oh.
A sweaty hot meat air balloon.
That's true. There's a lot of sweat involved.
And as you all look
a lot
down,
of blood, sweat, and tears when
over
it's
the
making this
land,
creation.
continuing to fly ever higher.
And broken
You
kneecaps.
Well, you see down below you the sphere that you've come down in, that you could climb back into to head back up to the station, and it's getting smaller and smaller as you fly ever higher through the air.
No, I think we just go to the sphere.
Okay, yeah,
Nope.
you throw some of that.
I'm just gonna grab us and float on down with my wings.
You gently float down in your hot meat balloon back down to the surface of the swamp, and are met once again by its fetid stench. And
Ground seem fertile to any of you?
you've landed. You know.
Let's take this
We're
back.
in the middle of the Fetid Swamp. No.
Yeah, let's take this back to Roger. I mean, I'm pretty sure he might be able to locate the best place to.
I think the moon's
Plant
pretty
it.
fertile.
Ooh, moon tree.
Moon tree.
And as you jump back in to the glass sphere that will return you to the station, as at your signal, Roger chimes in, mentally communicating to you all. You've returned. It's been. I thought you were all dead.
Yeah, things got weird.
We rode a meat balloon.
And the meat parachute.
Let's not talk of it.
A meat air balloon?
A hot meat balloon.
Oh no. And as you look around yourselves in the glass dome, you see the hot meat balloon beginning to fly back into the skies of the land of DnDTime.
I collected that. Are you crazy?
Oh, okay. You just swallowed the whole thing for later use.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And
Is it still on fire in his...
It never burned. It never got lit on fire.
It's just a bit spicy.
The alchemical combination, very hot still.
Saving
And
it
so-
for next time.
What?
You punch a button, and the glass sphere rockets back up to the base upon the moon that you have all come to know and love as your home. And with that, the adventure comes to an end. You have returned to the moon base, safe and sound, seed in tow. Congratulations, everybody! You did it! I'm very proud of you.
Man, imagine. Switch, can you imagine if this were all a show and this was someone's first episode watching it?
That would be absolutely crazy.
I really wanted
If
to
a bunch of people rated at the moment that we were talking about the hot meat balloon.
Matty Morris, thank you so much for the raid. If you guys missed that one, you're going to want to see it. It was something.
I wanted to
yeah.
sing the Willy Wonka theme the whole time, Jeremy.
Our adventure has come to an end. A very successful one. Congrats,
With a
guys.
lot of meat.
I've got something to share with you
Yeah,
guys.
a lot of shattered kneecaps.
I got something to share with you all in the legend chat. You can check that out on the Discord.
And I believe on the website as well.
Yeah, I'm going to link that in just a minute. But great job, guys. Well done. I figured I was going to take at least one of you to the depths in that episode. Which I did temporarily get switched, but I figured
Kinda.
this could have been a wipe.
My death ward was never proc.
Fair. It
Jeremy,
could have been.
Could have been. A lot of
shall we
times.
to the promised land, the outro
Yeah.
screen.
With that, thank you for watching, everybody.